Hello common people, this is Common Car Reviews and I am your lovely host Pepsi. I know it's not Christmas or anything, but there's something in the barn. It's a 2023 Norwegian horror comedy film directed by Magnus Martens and written by Alexander Kirkwood Brown. An American family moves into Norway, where Bill with his wife Carol and Bill's children Nora and Lucas move after Bill inherits this old house. Bill's relative is dead due to weird accident, and so while family settles in, they don't suspect that they have company. To put long story short, movie is hilarious. After minutes from the start we quickly grasp that the culprit of the weird accident was an elf. A barn elf. That is seriously pissed off. We Finnish and Norwegian share some common folklore. For example, elves. We had barn elves back in the days, and also sauna elves, who would watch over the family home, keep livestock safe, and protect the people in there. But they had rules. For example, you couldn't just do renovation without giving something to the elf. And after you finished your sauna, you had to leave a little water and a bit of beer or sahti in there, so that the elf would have some water to throw on the sauna stove and a beer to drink. If you didn't do this, if you just ransacked around and didn't respect the elf, it could make your life miserable. It would kill your livestock, burn down the sauna, and even hurt people so they would leave. Of course, all of these are just folklore legends, but here we are, with our family and her elf, that is just not happy about anything that is happening. Americans with their artificial neon lights during Christmas make one furious elf, and he will show what's for. Elf was played by Kira Shah, and I was positively surprised that they would actually use short people to play elves. I was sure that we are going to see either weird CGI or camera tricks, but no. These guys can headbutt you into the balls, and it was great. We had other cool characters too, like this cop, who didn't quite understand American shenanigans and was quite laid back. Bill's family tried to settle in by throwing a Christmas party, as this little town of Gudbrandsdalen was not so warm. But a bit of alcohol and we are nice and dandy. Bill becomes friends with a local, who then even promises to come in Christmas Eve as a Santa Claus. Drunk of course. Lucas takes interest in this elf and meets a local man, Thor Åge, who tells him about these traditions that they must follow, or elf might get angry. So he tries to make amends for the elf because his family is quite often just breaking every single rule there is. What follows in the end is a showdown between Bill's family and the elf and his friend, who come to aid to take care for these humans once and for all. And oh boy, that battle was glorious. Movie had some Christmas cheer, but it also had familiar folklore, and it had a lot of snow, blood and gruesome scenes, and I am all for it. If you fancy some Christmassy vibes in the middle of the summer, mild gore and humor, this movie is surely for you. But that's all there is. Christmas, elves, stupid Americans, and weird logos. What more could you wish for? This was my review about There's Something in the Barn. Brought to you by Common Car Reviews and speaking to you, your lovely host Pepsi, and I'll see you in the next review. Goodbye.